these sculptures have had things happen such as arms getting broken off and things like that, and they're seeing inside of those arms where there's actual bone fragments in there.
Yo, welcome back to the channel, gang. In today's compilation, we'll look at some interesting and creepy videos that'll make you question everything. And like always, if you enjoyed this episode, hit the like button and share this video with people that you know who enjoy this type of content. But without further ado, let's get it.
Fairies have absolutely nothing to do with Disney, and they're quite dark and scary.
Why do you consider them so dark?
If you go back and you look at the real fairy tales, that's some dark shit. I mean, look at changelings. They would come and take your baby and leave another baby that looked just like your baby, but was not.
Like a demonic thing?
Yes.
When you've seen fairies,
Yeah.
what they look like.
There's a movie called Don't Be Afraid of the Dark, where these things come out of the fireplace. That's what they look like to me, but more messed up, like burnt, half burnt and stuff.
I don't want to see no fairies now.
They can look however they want to.
When I was a kid, I enjoyed nearly every part of Disney, but as an adult, I realized that half of the content and the message that's being relayed should be excluded.
What if I told you theme parks aren't built for entertainment, but to harvest human emotional energy for something far darker? Insiders claim these parks were designed with precision, engineered layouts based on ancient energy harvesting geometry, a concept known as ley grid amplification. Hidden beneath the parks are alleged emotion siphoning infrastructures, massive underground complexes powered by psychological energy extraction systems. The rides, parades, and fireworks aren't just for fun. They're engineered to heighten emotions like joy, fear, and nostalgia, creating a spike in human bioelectric energy. This emotional output is absorbed through high-frequency transmission nodes, disguised as park decorations, towers, and even castle spires. Former employees have spoken of restricted off-limits zones where data servers allegedly monitor emotional throughput.
There are people who go on roller coasters scared for their life, screaming at the top of their lungs. The last thing they want to know is that the energy that they exert is being exploited.
A vending machine like no other has appeared in London Waterloo Station. The algorithm has decided one face, one beauty. The cost? Your own face. Is this the future you want for beauty?
I wonder if the printout of someone's face stays in the vending machine after they're done with it, because someone can easily come right after you, buy your face, do a crime, and now you're out of luck.
That wasn't a comedy special. That was a humiliation ritual. And everything that Cat Williams said on that stage was the absolute truth, especially when he pointed out to Kevin Hart, when I first met you, you were a 6'3" white man. Now, a lot of y'all may not believe in soul swapping and all that good stuff, but it's real, okay? I'm going to just leave it as that. In addition to that, when Cat Williams stood on that stage and said that he was the only one with a soul, he wasn't lying. Now, let's tap into the symbolism a little bit. If you look on the screen on the stage, there were two goats, two Baphomets, okay? The red, the color red, the energy, the whole nine. Now, let me just say this. A lot of people was mad about the George Floyd joke, but people don't realize that that was symbolism. It was a message in that joke, okay? Now, I cannot say too much on this video, but what I will say, if you go back to that time that the situation happened with George Floyd and what was going on then, and look at what's going on now with the situation in the water with that thing with the people on it, y'all get where I'm coming from, because I can't say it because they will flag my video. So with that being said, just start reading between the lines, because a lot of people always want to see everything ain't that deep. Baby, it is that deep. Everything ain't spiritual. Baby, everything is spiritual, okay? As above, so below, okay?
I don't doubt celebrities go through humiliation rituals, but for Kevin Hart to get roasted on doesn't seem too crazy to me.
Is that? Hey, yo. What the f is that?
I would like to believe that's a pile of ground beef, but they could at least cover the top.
You can see the eye and how it's forming. But one of the things that's interesting about up here, when you see that whole hurricane, you're pretty amazed and you start taking pictures and all of that of it. But then you forget that there are people in danger down on Earth with the hurricanes and all that. So sometimes it's easy to lose perspective.
When you see that whole hurricane, you're pretty amazed and you start taking pictures and all of that of it. But then you forget that there are people in danger down on Earth with the hurricanes.
This guy only had one job, and that job was to keep that ball secured. Now their cover is blown.
Everybody knows James Goldstein and everybody takes pictures with him. People are saying that these celebrities don't have no choice. That's what they said, but I don't believe that because that's not true. Look at LeBron. They paying their dues. Even Glorilla. Think about it, guys. You think that Glorilla goes to these games and these people, they say, where's James Goldstein? I got to take a picture with him. Come on, guys. People are saying that they have to take a picture with him. Rihanna knows. Rihanna knows a lot because she's been in the industry for a long time. She knows something that we don't know. I mean, when you see him, you better take that picture. Shut up! He's at every NBA game. He is to the NBA what Michelle Lammy is to fashion. Yep, they all want to take a picture with him. Every single one of them. This guy's a popular dude. Shut up! Look at Rudy's hand. Could that be a contract? Could that be the deal that they signed? This picture looks very off. Steph Curry knows. Everybody knows when they see him, they better smile and take that picture. Shut up! Allegedly, this is what people are saying. They got Snoop Dogg too, guys. This is a never-ending story. They got Kendrick. They got him. Shut up! Him too. He's looking at him like, come on, bro, not right now. It's too late, doggy. But of course, guys, entertainment purposes only. This is a very popular man. James Goldstein is doing his thing. Pimping ain't easy. I don't know, guys. Let me know what you think about this. Because something's up with this guy. I'm out.
Who is this guy that was staring down LeBron James and LeBron James was clearly trying to have tunnel vision and ignore him? Who is this guy? Well, his name is James Goldstein, and there's really not a lot of information on him out there, but clearly he's got a lot of money. He always comes up dripped out. I mean, I think that's a crocodile hat. You know, he always comes with very expensive clothing. He's sitting courtside at a Laker game. He must have money. He is hedonism personified. There's pictures of him with women that are like 1/4 of his age, 1/5 of his age. You know, he's 86 years old. He's with like some 20-something-year-old. It's clear that when LeBron says things like, I just want to live, he's talking about guys like this. You know what I'm saying? When he says, I just want to live after basketball, he's talking about dealing with people like this when the time comes. Like this guy, all the memes that you see about I'm coming to collect, I think there's a lot of truth in that, to be honest with you.
I feel like Bron knew dude was staring at him, but he refused to make eye contact.
The world is a stage. This is the 2026 Met Gala. And does anybody else besides me find this event to be very bizarre? Now, this isn't the first time that these celebrities have worn stuff like this at these Met Gala events. These major events, including the Grammys. But again, something seems off about all of this. Especially when you see stuff like this right here. Again, what is going on? And this video is for entertainment purposes only. I'm sure that this is just their way of showing art, showing class, and showing fashion, right? But again, does anybody else besides me find all of this to be strange? It's not even Halloween yet. So again, what is really going on? Again, this is the Met Gala. This is Met Gala 2026. And in my honest opinion, this seems very strange. And again, I hope, and I know I'm not the only one out there to find this to be strange. What do you think about this? Wake up.
I feel like the fashion standards at the Met Gala is going to get crazy in the years to come because the attendants seem to get weird costumes that outdo the prior year.
So, I mean, I'm not going to name the organization because I'm not trying to throw anyone under the bus, but there was one specific game where it really hit me was I had 20 and 10 after 3 quarters. We were up about 15 to 18. And in the fourth quarter in overtime, I didn't play 1 second. And so I'm looking at the assistant coach, watching our lead go down. I have 20 and 10 after 3 quarters. Like, I'm on pace to have a real nice game. And and he goes, yeah, we got the call from above. You're done for tonight. Crazy. And so I was like, what? Like, who picked up the phone? How'd y'all get on the phone in the middle of the game? And he's like, I'm like, what happened? And, but they got a look from somebody in the crowd was like, nah, like, so me and this other player, the other player who was doing, he had like 25 after 3 quarters. They were both like, yo, those two, they're done. And so we ended up losing in overtime, and this was against another team that was also tied for last, and they were trying to get, you know, the best projection and the odds to get to.
Well, I guess that explains it, because sometimes I watch basketball games and it makes no sense why certain players miss an entire quarter, especially the fourth quarter when the game is in the balance.
Un affresco conosciuto dal nord.
I think in this day and age, a substantial portion of the world's population believe dragons are real, so I don't think there's a need to hide this painting. How do we get to the point where AI is now having concerts, and whoever programmed these lyrics need to be fired, because saying that you don't want your audience to be afraid is only going to instill fear in them?
People are saying those aren't even shoes. In the video, an interviewer approaches two people in strange outfits. At first, it looks like a fashion performance, but the closer he gets, the more everything feels wrong. One of them turns and shows exaggerated teeth and blue hair that doesn't look natural. Like it isn't even growing from a scalp, just attached to the head. And standing beside them is someone in high heels. But people online keep saying it doesn't look like shoes at all. It looks fused to the skin, like it's part of the body with no clear separation. And the camera keeps pushing in, like it's trying to understand what it's seeing, but nothing feels normal. The woman says, it's just shoes, but hesitates. And that moment makes everything more suspicious. And suddenly the video stops feeling like fashion and starts feeling like something no one can explain.
I couldn't see a clear distinction between their skin and shoes, but let me know what you guys think in the comments. This could be AI, but in the event that's real, the cameraman is just a few feet away from being a snack.
What's that? Oh, people are figuring out that sculptures from long ago are actually petrified humans? Tell me more! Yeah, many of these sculptures have had things happen, such as arms getting broken off and things like that, and they're seeing inside of those arms where there's actual bone fragments in there. Okay. Oh, but this gets even crazier, because they've actually had arteries with inside of these sculptures rupture and leak out into the petrified matter. So sometimes they actually have to remove the legs and arms from these sculptures just because of that reason. Oh, fun! This reminds me of a few things recently. The Balenciaga mannequin, which underneath where it's peeling looks like human. What? And then these certain files that were released recently had what looks to be like little petrified humans by the legs of a table. Okay.
I didn't want to be this way. I know what I'm doing. I know how horrific it is. Do I wish I never had a bite of crunchy, swirly cinnamon toast crunch? No. Because even though it's alienated me from everything and everyone I've ever loved, whenever I taste Cinnadust, I know I'd do it all again. Go ahead, judge me. I know it's wrong for me to want to eat Cinnamon Toast Crunch, considering I'm also Cinnamon Toast Crunch. But ever since my first crunchy, swirly, Cinnadust covered bite, I can't hide who I am. And the truth is, I don't want to.
This cereal company is slick, because on one hand, this commercial has a high comedic appeal, but the underlying message is crazy.
This is really freaking me out. I'm in my grocery store and my girlfriend just told me about this conspiracy theory, and it's happening in my grocery store right now. I'm gonna show you like regular price tags. Okay, look. Paper, regular price tags. This is how much everything is. And then you come over here and look at these ones. That's a camera right there. So they're replacing all of the paper ones with those digital ones that they can change automatically, but they have a camera. And so my girlfriend was telling me that they use the camera to use facial recognition, and they're gonna link you to like your Amazon account, they're gonna link you to everything online, like everything that you have, and they're gonna change the price of your groceries according to who you are, that they recognize by your face, by your Amazon, by your Facebook, by everything. So if they see your spending habits and that you're spending more, your groceries are going to be more expensive. And I'm freaked out that this is happening in my grocery store right now, and it's slow. Like there's some sections that it still has the paper tag, but I'm here kind of late at night, and I saw a lady switching it over. So what's going on in your grocery stores? Is this a conspiracy theory that is true? And if not, why do they have cameras?
Now I feel like I have the obligation to check out the price tags of my local grocery stores.
A man in India nearly found himself in a final destination situation when an elevator malfunction nearly cuts him in half. The incident occurred in a residential complex, and the man who lives on the 9th floor was taking the elevator down to the ground floor. He sustained some minor injuries, and the elevator has been taken out of service.
Just based off emotional distress alone, I expect this man to get a paycheck that will make him set for life. Well, that's one way to get flights canceled.
As a former astronaut, here's the real deal. We have never been to the moon, and we've been lying through our teeth for all these years. And we like to thank you for the show.
Either this guy's trolling or he got to a point where he'd rather risk it all to tell the truth.
Watch his face transform. Some people could say this is just the lighting, but there seems to be something more dark going on here. This isn't normal at all. This is absolutely demonic, and this rapper goes by the name of Sway Lee. This just goes to show you that these artists in the music industry, they participate in a lot of dark things behind the scenes. Also, this video is for entertainment purposes only. I'm just showcasing this video clip and how weird it looked when the light hit him, but maybe it was just the lighting. Maybe that's all that it was. Again, you can come to your own conclusion about this, but something ain't right about this at all. Something seems off about all of this, and I know I'm not the only one out there that finds this to be disturbing, that finds this to be strange, that finds this to be very bizarre. Again, you can come to your own conclusion. I find this to be very, very strange. What do you all think about this?
I like the appearance and I like the feel of the small waist. It's always been more attractive.
It's not uncommon to have areas that get chafed from the side where the bones are attached or stitched.
89-year-old Kathy Young holds the Guinness World Record for the smallest waist of any living person, measuring just 15 inches, narrower than the average adult's head. Her extreme hourglass figure wasn't achieved through surgery, but through decades of wearing tightly laced corsets. Out of a love for Victorian-era fashion, Kathy has been waist training since she was young, only removing her corsets to bathe. Although years of tight lacing have shifted her internal organs and severely compressed her stomach, leaving her to eat very little at each meal, she has never never given up. Kathy admits she loves the slender curves created by her corsets and enjoys the feeling of being tightly wrapped. For her, her tiny waist isn't just a world record, it's a unique expression of her own charm. Her most steadfast supporter is her husband Bob, who has been by her side for 55 years. To Bob, Kathy is both his beloved and a work of art. The visual appeal and tactile sensation of her tiny waist hold an irreplaceable allure for him. Even after all these years, Kathy still dons vintage Victorian gowns to surprise him. What do you think of Kathy's near-lifetime dedication to this lifestyle?
All I'll say on this is more power to her.
So you telling me a billion people might not exist? So there's a viral video going around right now where a lady is talking about China population that everybody think they have, that's in the billions, is a lie. She said the real number is not 1.4 billion. She says closer to 400 to 500 million. And if you ask me, that shit is wild. Look at this shit.
You are ready for the number?
Yes.
At one point I projected under 400 million.
What?
500 million. Under 500 million.
Under 500 million. So you think that they have a very similar population to the United States and China?
Yes. There's 1 billion people missing.
And this goes back to what we were saying in the beginning or earlier in the podcast with all of the fake IDs and all of this stuff being...
Yeah, there's possibly 1 billion people missing.
A billion people missing is a crazy statement. Some people even was talking about them having ghost cities and even schools being closed down because it's not enough people. You got some people over there like, if we had 1.4 billion people, where they at? And here's where it get weird, y'all, because they're saying certain shit don't add up, like the electrical bill or the food usage. If you had 1.4 billion people, why is it not adding up to how much food is being bought or ate or the electricity? Something ain't right, y'all. It ain't adding up. So my question is, do y'all think they're lying? And if they are lying, why are they lying about this? And what happened to everybody?
Praying to angels and speaking to the dead is not biblical.
I actually just did my first Archangel Michael meditation the other day because I wanted to call him in for protection.
And I also do Archangel Michael. Just like imagine yourself like a white light.
The Bible is very clear here. We are not supposed to be praying to angels, and Satan masquerades as an angel of light. But what about speaking to the dead?
Has your children known you had this ability ever since they were born?
Since they were little. You know, I mean, my kids, when they went to school, you know, people are sharing, you know, my dad's a police officer. As my kids, my mom speaks to dead people. Like,
and this is where it gets dangerous. The Bible doesn't just warn about this, it actually forbids it. We're told not to try to speak to the dead and not try to seek the spirit realm outside of God. And most people don't realize why this matters. The reason is because not every spiritual experience is from God. I know this personally because before I gave my life to Christ, I was deep into New Age spirituality. I want to point out that I'm not trying to attack them. Her and Jelly Roll have said that they gave their life to Jesus. I just pray that he reveals these truths to them. But as Christians, we should have discernment about these things, and God literally gave us the playbook.
Praying to angels is not going to do anything for you. You got to pray to Jesus or the Almighty Father. That's where it starts and stops.
I heard recently a conspiracy that, you know the movie Ready or Not? Yeah. So it's about this bride that gets married to a rich family, and she actually has to play a game to the death because she's marrying into this rich family, because if they don't do that ritual, then they're all gonna die because they don't complete their deal with the devil. Okay. Now, apparently, this is based on Paris Hilton's sister. Paris Hilton's sister, Nikki Hilton, married into the Rothschilds family. And when they made the movie, they gave the protagonist the same wedding dress that Nikki Hilton was wearing.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm gonna show you right now.
Symbolism is wild.
Look at this. So this is Nikki Hilton on her wedding day. She's marrying into the Rothschilds family. This is Ready or Not. Look at the dress. It's the same exact dress. And it's meant to look like her and be like her as well.
Is she still in the family?
Yeah, she's part of the Rothschilds family.
That game sounds crazy, but if this is based on reality, that could be that family's way of testing Nikki's loyalty.
There's real NPCs in the world, dog. This dead ass not here. Look at this shit.
What?
I'm at Walmart, bro. I swear I'm at Walmart in the parking lot. It's not AI. Bro, this nigga is not real.
For real?
He's not asleep.
What?
What the fuck? Yo, nigga, where did this go? What the fuck, nigga?
It's over.
You seen it for yourself, guys. NPCs are driving now. You better look both ways before you cross. Shut up! People are saying, somebody said this. What if It's the NPCs that's causing these collisions in the streets when stuff happens. Right? You ever thought of that? Now, what really sucks about this, guys, is that we're already dealing with NPC people, which means they're not real. Not only that, we're dealing with real people that aren't real either. Stop playing with me, son. This video is for entertainment purpose. I don't know what the hell is going on there, guys, but I'm gonna be honest with you. That guy did not look real at all. Shut up! He's probably the one that's causing traffic. This is what people are saying, guys. Like I said, I'm just joking around. Stop playing with me, son. It's not a game. I ain't got you. Know what it is. Shut up! But I tell you one thing. If I'm ever walking through the streets or sitting in my car and I see somebody sitting in a car looking like that, not even moving or blinking, looking real suspicious, I know that's an NPC, doggy.
This guy's either sleeping with his eyes open or he's daydreaming, but hey, we'll end the video here. Thank you for the support, but before you leave, hit the like button and sub up. Let me know what you think about any of those clips in the comments below, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.